baseball card fever. I really got baseball card fever. It started with my very first pack.
Hello, collectors. Diego here with another Sports Cards Detour. Thanks for joining in and taking your time to watch. Today we're doing another one of these, what I'm now calling POTTS player collection videos. And this one is featuring Cal Ripken Jr. Cal Ripken Jr. right here. Here you go. There he goes on a museum collection. Running out of the dugout. I think that's pretty cool to start the ball game, if you know what I mean. Cal Ripken, man, what a career this gentleman had. He went through what 2,632 games to break Lou Gehrig's record, and played fantastic throughout that whole time. There's not many hiccups that I know about of during his career, but he definitely played quite a few. Actually, I think he ended his career, if I remember the stat right on the back of one of these cards, that it ended with 3,001 games played, which is pretty solid, you know, for a player like that. I like this card right here. Here's Cal Ripken signing the Cal Ripken poster. I remember having a poster similar to that. Who was my poster of? I think I had a poster of Ruben Sierra at one time. Or maybe it was Ken Griffey. I can't remember. I think it was Ken Griffey. Maybe I had a poster of Ken Griffey. So many years ago, it seems like. But speaking of so many years ago, I remember watching a game with Cal Ripken being up to bat, and he had that stance that he had. I never tried to mimic it, but I thought it was pretty cool. And he was playing the Yankees, and I believe Mike Mussina was on the mound. And on the bottom half of that inning, Cal Ripken ended up getting an RBI hit, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I think like Cal Ripken probably would have been one of my favorite players to collect if the Ryan Sandberg reference wasn't made to me earlier in my lifetime. Here we go, an All-Star card. I like these All-Star cards with the flag. Now, I know my heritage, Puerto Rican heritage, you know, I have an appreciation for my Puerto Rican players, but when I see the American flag, I'm American as well. So I just dig it in the background of some cards, America's pastime, you know, and that card is pretty cool. Looking at the All-Star game, it just reminded me that Cal Ripken did start in like 17 of them, or 17 consecutive ones, I remember reading. So that's pretty cool. I tried to read some of the back of the cards to kind of have some tidbit of information to give you guys as we're looking at some of these cards. This one's a little mini card, kind of like a Gaudy Fleer. I think that's a pretty cool card to show. Now, I have a lot more Cal Ripken cards. I just took out a specific amount just to show in the video. I believe that's 82. Watch me knock something over. 83 Fleer. I can't never remember the years of cards. But Cal Ripken finished with 3,000 home runs. That would have been amazing. No, 3,000 hits and 400 home runs. So that's a productive career, never to say the least. And this man did it, playing 3,000 games. This one's a pretty cool card. Nice shiny foily goodness there. There's one with a salute to the crowd. Probably one of his final games that he played. This one's pretty cool. Ionix Hyper. So yeah, man, Cal, definitely a big career. I'll pause it right here so I can move these cards back, and then we'll continue. Yeah, so as I gather up these cards to show you the next set of them, where I pushed everything back, I noticed that Cal had played with in his streak of 2,632 games played, he played with 266 teammates during his career, which I would have thought it would have been a lot more. But, you know, during that span, I also have to remember not a lot of people moved as much as they do now. It seems like nowadays when you get into some players, you don't have those lifelong players. Now this card right here, I'm gonna stop for a second. This one I think I have all 9 of them, but this one I think was my favorite one out of all 9 that I saw on that page. And get back to my other thought. I was just surprised that it was 266 because I was like, man, I feel like I've seen 266 Phillies in the last 2 years, you know, like, or not 2 years, maybe like 10 years, 266 players. No, 5 years? No, forget it. Forget about that thought. I'm already confused. But we'll just keep on enjoying some Cal Ripken cards right here. That one's a pretty cool one. I like the orange jersey. I had a softball jersey that used to look like that one. But we had like a big logo on the front of it. Here's one where he's playing with Billy Ripken. Everybody knows Billy Ripken and his famous card. The fuckface card. And there's portraits. Oh, I should edit that out. I just remember I have kids that watch this thing. So that's a nice young one from 1986. And here's another cool one. This one's really shiny, but you can tell he's definitely got the gray going. Awesome card. A little bent up there, but hey, it's a binder card and for my collection. So pretty cool. I'm going to hit the pause button again and go to the next one. Now, you would think that maybe I will start getting a little bit more information on players because there's not... I'm not good at retaining much information, but I just like to look at all the cards and share with you some of my cards in my collection like I am now. Well, like I said, with these POTTS collections, they're just cards that I've always put aside because, like, I remember I wanted to start a Cal Ripken collection, and I think it was back when I came back into the hobby that I was like, you know what, I want to get some Cal Ripkens. I think what happened was I bought a lot and it happened to have a bunch of Cal Ripken cards, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go and try and get a bunch more Cal Ripken cards. I know I have some in my collection myself, but the earlier stuff, but I really want to get like more stuff that I was missing throughout the time, like this Fleer 2001. I wasn't collecting back then, so this card is all new to me, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, wow, that's a pretty neat card. This one right here, it says he has career hits 3007, shortstop home runs 345. I guess they're not counting the ones that he had at third base. And this one's probably one of the coolest cards right there. I like that one. I like it. Not ending on this one, but second to last card to show. And then we got my final card that I'm going to show here. The Cal Ripken curtain call. Ripken hits career 100, home run number 100. Thought that was pretty cool. So guys, that is basically my POTTS player collection highlight of Cal Ripken Jr. Basically had like a little collection that has been building off in the side and not even paying attention to it. Just it keeps on growing by itself. Has a life of its own. All right, guys. If you got any, make sure you share your POTTS collection with me. That'll be pretty cool to see what you guys collect that you don't even know you're collecting or haven't put much effort into, but seems to be growing on its own. Okay? Until next time, welcome to the extended cut. Cal Ripken Topps Full Shot, oversized card. Sweet. We got Authentic Silver Star. I don't know where the card is, but I got that. Special edition tribute. And I got an M&M starting lineup. Card number 13 and 14, Cal Ripken and George Brett. What a tandem that would be if they were on the same team. Well, that's the extended cut. Until next time.